Hi, welcome to section 4 of the Trixta tutorial series. In this video, we're going to be looking at the overview of the Trixta flow editor. So we've already built out our roles and our actions, and now it's time to have a look at the flow connected to that action and building it out. To get to the flow editor for the request leave flow, I'm going to double click on the flow. And we're now greeted with the Trixta Flow Editor interface. So let's have a look around. We have a menu on the left hand side here. This is a list of all available flows that has been built within Trixta. Because Trixta is built on Trixta, a lot of these flows are the underlying skeleton, so to speak, of the Trixta system itself. We have one flow in this list, and our flow is called Request Leave. So I'm going to scroll through the list, and we can find it there. Alternatively, we can also search for it. So if I type in request leave, I can see that it's there, and I can double click to pull it back up again. We can go through the rest of the options, and this is the flow version control settings, where we can see sort of where the flow is hosted. And we can also see the flow properties. So if we were to go through this list, we have the save flow button. We have the save flow to version control. We can also publish the flow. Now what that does is it will validate and save a version of the flow. And when we do incorporate versioning, we'll allow a larger distinction between, sort of saving to a branch and publish also, and so on. We'll also have validate flow here. So what validate will do is it will run the test to validate the completeness of the flow. And we also have flow details, and that will pull up an option on the right hand side, a new menu, where we can see details of the flow. We can add a purpose to the flow. So if I were to add a purpose that says this flow is built for requesting leave, and I can save it. And we can also see the history, how many times the flow has been run in X amount of days, as well as any warnings on any of these steps as well. So I can save out of that. And we can then go further down where we can see the view run flow properties. Yeah, I can artificially slow down the speed it takes to run through each of the steps if I so choose. I can have a look at the history, how many times the flow has been run, and I can see any errors that's been brought to my attention as well. So if I were to get out of here and have a look at the steps, so this is the flow canvas. From here, I can add a step within the starting step brace container, and we can see a list of common steps right here. Alternatively, we can also open the library and see all the step types available for us to use as of now. Over time, there will be additional step types added. So common steps you may find yourself using is request for effect and request for response. Alternatively, you might want to comment your steps as well, so you can drop a comment in. If you're not sure, or if you need a placeholder for a step, you can use the to do. Another brace container is race, and another one is loop. You can also do a Python call, and you can also do a sequence as well. We'll be going into more details of these step types in a future video. So let's cancel out of here. We can also have a look at the flow overlays. Now, flow overlays is you can choose information that's displayed to you, and you can also have multiple of these flow overlays selected. We'll be looking at flow overlays in a future video. You can also zoom in and zoom out on the canvas. And you can turn edit mode on or off. So right now edit mode is on, I can add steps. If I turn it off, I have a view only experience of the steps and cannot add more steps as well. So we'll turn edit mode on for now. And that's just really an overview of the Trixta flow editor interface. As we start building out flows, we'll have a lot more options available for us to see down here. So we'll see a list of steps down here that is on the canvas. And we'll be able to test and run each of the steps that we drop onto the canvas as well. So we'll be going through all of that within this section of this series, and I look forward to seeing you there.